kind of feel just more like a vessel of people and I just want to make it as easy as possible for them to see the good in people always and in themselves. So yeah, I think it's just like this working relationship with my environment, with my place in this world, with my place in people's lives. And yeah. So that trust, I think, comes from owning up to your responsibilities, owning up to your mistakes and the things you've done well, and being able to have honest, frank, open conversations about things. And also, I think for me personally, I thrive on seeing my partner at their best and putting them in the best position and understanding if they're doing great, I'm doing great. So, you know, to set them up for success. I am absolutely locked in on, you know, how I can make this easy for them, because I like that. I am very, you know, empathetic to the fact that getting served the whole game, even if you're lights out, it's not easy at all. And, you know, I can't blame them, and it's not their responsibility to score every single point. The responsibility is, how did I help them? Like, where was my job? Did I make those blocks? Did I get those aces? Did I put them in the right sets, you know? And so that's where am I hitting those two balls? Like I use. But yeah, definitely that's where my head's at. But also I have to look up myself, because if it does come to me, how am I helping them by not having my shit together? So yeah, there's a lot. Even if you're not getting served, there's still a lot. And I had to learn how to play my best when I didn't feel it, when I, you know, couldn't hit that certain angle today, or I can't serve that certain ball. Like, that's not flow at all, but guess what? You're in the game and you have to win. So I've learned to have a friendly relationship with flow, where if it decides to come, awesome, I'll take advantage of it. But if it doesn't, like, I'll take care of it still. So I have not figured out the riddle to control flow, but I do understand the step before it. And I think it's just focus and managing those distractions. And distractions isn't literally like, oh, a ball came in the court and now you have to have this weird timeout. It's just like, what are the thoughts flowing around? What are the other things you're paying attention to or not paying attention to? The very small details that are distractions, that's all they are. So just having that high level of focus will get you, I think, closer and closer to that state of flow. I have always had a very creative background and side of me, and I feel like I can get into states of flow and freedom and, you know, subconsciousness in that creative way, whatever that may look like for people. For me, it's more like painting and music and stuff like that. But yeah, I think you can definitely see it in all parts of your life. It's fun. Cool. I mean, people are absolutely overwhelmed when you start broadening that. And it's not, I don't think it's incorrect or coming from a bad place when you want to know as much as you can and you're trying to get a little bit of everything, but it's also draining. And what help or service could you do when you're absolutely done, like as a person? So I had to kind of manage that, especially during COVID. We're all stuck in our houses and all we could do was just find out about everything tragic going on in the world. And it was heavy for me. It was heavy. And it wasn't until I was like, okay, narrow this down. What can I do about it? What are the steps I'm taking to change this? And just keep it practical and in my world. I'm well aware of what's going on. There's nothing wrong with being aware, but like to just soak that in every day, it's exhausting for sure. So you have to find that balance for sure. Relating takes a level of selflessness that is not easy to do subconsciously. You have to, you know, mindfully be selfless and totally in that other person's world, which we can never really understand, but we can always try. So I love that. I love that. Learning from my elders, and like you said, just trying to listen, I guess, to anything and have everything be a teacher, whether it's my, you know, conversation at the grocery store with the cashier telling me about his life, and I was like, okay, I learned something today, or just read the book, right? So just trying to find the lesson, and people are constantly looking for like fulfillment and what their places in this world and whatever, but when you really try and relate and interact with it, then you will find that you're settled, you know, you're okay, you will be okay. We're really just using everything as this big ass mirror. Like one of it, we're probably gonna look into one of them and then we're gonna be like, oh, wow, it came right back to me. So
yeah, no, that's knowledge.
But unconditional, I think, like you said, and like the theme of all of this has been, is just when it comes from something the most stable, which is yourself. That's all you know. And when you can thrive off of your own energy, then I think it gets pretty close to unconditional.
Yeah.
Because everyone's looking for connection.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
To each other, to this world.
Yeah.
Themselves.
I think so too. And even the people that may not seem like they are, I think they really are.
They really are.
Yeah.
Maybe more so than the ones that are asking for it. I was stressed and I went to my mom and I just wanted her to console me. And all she said was like, you know what? That's life. You know, and she's like, that shit happens and you're going to get through it. And guess what? Something else is going to come up again and you're going to have to get through it again. So it's just that reality that like, man, challenges are okay. And now I've just learned to love them and expect them and want them in my life versus trying to hide and run from them, because it's like, that's the way it goes and I'm going to be okay. I can go into things 110% better and more confident because I know, like, even if it doesn't go right, I was ready for it. So I think it's like a mix of all that, like loving and expecting adversity and challenge in your life. And I totally have found the beauty of sport and volleyball in my life in this current moment because of the platform I've been able to grow here and represent Canada. That has been a multitude of things, and represent little mixed girls that are coming up in this world, and you know, and like my family, and you know, not being your typical athlete, you know, trying to represent the alternative sides of things, and I've chosen to take that on because that's what I relate to. But I hope that there are others that relate to it. So if the Olympics is the stage I get to say that, then wow, I'm lucky.
Yeah.
It's always come down to the people who actively, you know, it's weird. The best that coaches and teammates have done for me is by taking a step back and letting me be me. And there's that space that is so important and respected by me, because I know that space is coming with trust, and I know it comes with wanting the best for me, and you know, putting a standard and a challenge there for me. And so that it's within that you know, that would, I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. I think in everything, in a challenge and a coach, and everyone always wants to, like, you know, tell an athlete what to do and how to say, and the athletes are looking for all advice, but it's just kind of creating that relationship where it's like, let me grow and I'll watch you and I'll help you. I think if I could talk to the younger me, I would tell, and this is what I do tell younger athletes, is just to take more risks. Those doors open in ways you didn't even know, and you find out things about yourself, you meet people, you connect, whatever the thing happens, it happens because you take that first step. So
you mentioned fulfillment earlier, but can you just expand on that a little bit and talk a little bit about what fulfillment really means to you?
I think to me it means to be deeply happy and satisfied no matter what. Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by West Coast Beach, a year-round beach volleyball club on the west side of Los Angeles in Santa Monica, California. At West Coast Beach, we aim to get 1% better every day, both on and off the court. You can find more info about us at westcoastvbc.com and on Instagram with handle @westcoastvbc.